About 5 years ago, and, um, ISIS was invading in Iraq, and we saw that taking place as a church, and so we wanted to obviously help out there, help out in Iraq. So we formed some teams and set some teams over to help refugees. Our church kind of rallied around that. On one of the trips that we were going there, we realized one of the needs they had was a mask and hand sanitizer. So one of our guys connected with, I said, hey, I'll connect with the local emergency facility, see if they had anything available. He contacted Beacon Health, which is Elkhart. They donated um, masks to be shipped and hand cleaner to be shipped to Iraq to help the refugees and the workers, emergency workers in Iraq. So we collected them, and people here at Grace collected them, and we got them boxed up, or had the boxes, brought them to a place. So the team tried to get them in, but we could not get them into Iraq. So we were left with, I don't know, 30,000 masks and probably 1,500 bottles of hand cleaner, and didn't really know what to do with them. So one of our guys put the word out and said, hey, is there any place that we can ship these masks, these N95 masks and this hand cleaner, that they can be used? So another guy who attends here, Nick Miller, said, yeah, we can ship them to Haiti. I have a work there in Haiti, or connected with a group of people that are in Haiti. We can ship them there. So, 3, 4, 5 years ago, he tries to get them into Haiti, and we couldn't get them in. There was just no way to ship them in because of the emergency situation on the ground, just because of politics. So we were left with 30,000 masks and, I don't know, 1,500 bottles of hand cleaner, and didn't know where to put them. So Nick, who had these, he put them in storage in a garage somewhere that he has, and they have been there for a few years, just in storage, just sitting there. And this morning, one of his workers, Ryan, who works for Miller's Sewer and Drain, said he was we just had a 24-hour fast here at Grace in the community, and we prayed that God would do miraculous things. And so this is the next morning after the fast. Ryan goes into the office today. He says, hey Nick, don't we have masks or something that's in storage? He said, in fact, I think they're still in storage. So long story short, Nick says, yeah. So they go back to the shed. They forgot. They were even going to throw these things away. They were in a barn. So they make a contact with Pastor Mike, and then obviously Mike and I have been back and forth. So after getting that information, we realized that our community needs these very masks. Let me just pause and say this. If you don't think there's a God who is sovereignly in control of everything, if you don't think there is, that God is in control, and you don't think he holds the future, we were trying our hardest to get these masks into Iraq. We were trying our hardest to get them into Haiti, and God said, no. I want these to be used for a later time when COVID-19 and this coronavirus is here. I'm going to block entry to these countries, and I'm going to hold them. And not only am I going to hold them, I'm going to give them back to the same place that donated them to be used. Like, oh my goodness, if you don't think God is sovereignly in control, then that is unbelievable. So we have been on the phone with the incident management team, Sean Miller and Courtney Snyder, who both attend here at Grace. They're part of the Elkhart emergency management team. They are sending their team over here. They're going to pick up these supplies, and they're going to be distributed to our hospitals, Elkhart and Goshen, our firefighters, our police officers, our EMS workers, homeless shelters, and they are going to have, these things are like gold. And now they're here, God surfaced them, and now they get to be used for the very people who need them the most. Sometimes we wonder, is God in control? And sometimes we wonder if God is sovereignly in control. If you don't believe there's a God, like, here it is. I mean, there's a truckload of masks out here. They're getting ready. The Elkhart emergency management team's coming over. They're loaded up in our truck, and they're going to go to the very place that needs them. But what blows my mind, two things. The very people that were generous to donate them now receive them back. The Bible says you're better off to give than you are to receive. and a generous man blesses others, and we are seeing the generosity of the very people who gave these now receiving these back from the hands that were given. And if you don't believe there's a God and you don't believe in the power of prayer, we have just been on a 24-hour fast, and God heard our prayers, and he tipped the bowls in heaven and answered a big piece of the puzzle for this community. It's just awesome. Glad you're here, brother. Thanks for serving. Appreciate your service there.
Oh, no problem. Appreciate you guys helping.
That, man. We're in it together, brother.
Absolutely.